Today we're going to take a peek at the inner workings of RRAadvisors.com and discover how this fantastic platform can revolutionize your approach to rail shipping. Our focus will be on 3 critical articles: mastering the rate request, reading the charts, and managing the supply chain. Together, these articles will provide you with invaluable insights into the complex world of rate analysis. So let's get started. First, we'll be exploring mastering the rate request. This is one of the many helpful resources available in our portfolio. The rate request feature of the rate panel page is a powerful tool that can revolutionize the way you approach rail shipping. In this article, we'll be guiding you through the rate request fields to help you master the search options and find the information you need quickly and easily. Let's start with the 3 rate request fields: commodity or stick, serving station carrier, and receiving station carrier. At RRAadvisors.com, we've developed everything for intelligent simplicity, so entering your data is a breeze. Just enter at least 3 characters and the drop-down list will kick in. Our search operators include both the begin with and within operators. This means that the results in the drop-down list will contain the string you've typed. If you're dealing with a lot of data, please be patient, as it may take a second or 2 for all of the data in the drop-down list to load. Now, let's take a closer look at the commodity or stick field. You don't need to know the exact commodity description name, and if you're dealing with scrap metal, for example, you can either type scrap or metal in the field to see what choices are available. Then, look through the list to find the commodity description that best describes what you're shipping. Most single commodity shippers know exactly what their commodity is, but transloaders, warehouses, and brokers might need to review the commodity drop-down list choices to choose the right commodity. If you know the stick number, you can enter it. Again, a minimum of 3 numbers. For example, if you're shipping plastics and know the stick starts with 28 to 11, you can enter this string, then choose plastics, resins, or gums, which is the description for stick 28 to 1143. Moving on to the serving and receiving station carrier fields. They pull from the same table, since a station could be a receiving or serving station. This table uses the same contains operator, so partial names are okay. If you want to broaden your search, you can do so using the state or road. For example, if you type CSXT, there are over 7,000 stations. But since all roads include parens, you can add the state by typing a string like SC for South Carolina, space open paren, CSXT, close paren. This will return over 350 responses for the state of South Carolina. While this might seem like a lot of data, it really helps when you're not sure of a particular station name. Remember to play around until you feel comfortable that you're using the correct query parameters. We know you'll experiment, so we're giving you a lot of queries each month. Our standard pricing plan provides 1,000 queries per month for exactly this reason. For just one rate query, you may try many queries to get a clearer picture of the overall market. It's not unusual for brokers to make dozens of queries for a single decision. The main reason is that you need a full picture of the marketplace for comparative reasons. We're here to help you understand your rail marketplace, whether it's a single OD or thousands of ODs. We can provide this information for most commodities. Next up is the Reading the Charts article. This discusses how to read the charts that result from a rate request. Our website is the only one that gives actual historical rail freight rates along with probabilities that a shipper may actually be able to negotiate that rate. This allows shippers to know where their negotiated rates compare to the rest of the marketplace. And the real magic of our website is the national rate chart and the local station rate chart. The national rate charts provide a nationwide view of the marketplace for shipping your commodity in its natural equipment and will generally be a normal distribution curve. On the other hand, the local station charts provide a local view of the marketplace for shipping your commodity based on local factors like demand, competition, backhauls, etc. The local station charts are only available when there was a significant volume already moving to the region. Otherwise, only the national rate model will apply. The national and local charts each consist of a rate chart and a probability chart. The rate charts display a modeled distribution and the probability of negotiating a rate. The national rate chart is often a smooth distribution with a peak near the middle. In the local rate chart, the data are often spiky, representing local market power. To interpret the charts, look at their shape. A normal distribution is symmetrical and bell-shaped. The taller and skinnier the bell, the less variations in negotiations. Short and fat bells indicate less predictability in negotiations. Lack of rate predictability is often a factor of power, and power is based on who has the best information. Rate charts may also be skewed left or right. Our experience has shown that shippers that pay significantly more than market rates generally do not receive additional value to offset the higher rates, while shippers that pay significantly less than market rates normally have some leverage, whether it be volume, competition, or connections. The probability charts provide a cumulative probability of negotiating a specific rate. The more a shipper is willing to pay, the greater the probability that the railroad will accept that rate at negotiation. For example, plastics from Houston, Texas to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the national model has a 98% chance the railroad would accept a rate of $18,000, a 71% chance they would accept a rate of $9,000, and a 30% chance that they would accept a rate of $6,000. We stand ready to provide our services to analyze large rate data sets for bid packages, site selection, mergers and acquisitions, and academic and governmental needs. Now, let's move on to the Managing the Supply Chain article on the different user types for rail rate information. We will be discussing the two major categories of users, practical users and academic users. Let's start with practical users. They need rail rate information to solve a practical problem now. These users include shippers, receivers, warehouses, transloaders, and third-party logistics. Shippers pay the railroad, so they are concerned with how much they pay and how much of the rate to pass on to the receiver. Knowing the rate during negotiations decreases uncertainty and increases profitability. Receivers ultimately pay the freight and need to know that the portion of the landed cost that they pay towards freight is reasonable. Warehouses, transloaders, and 3PLs sell a package of services to reduce costs. Rail for longer hauls of higher volume, off-site warehousing, and last-mile trucking for higher service levels. Knowing rail rates when building the package builds confidence in the services they offer. Practical users can use our service on their phone to query a rate request while sitting with their new potential client. When the question comes up, how much do you think rail freight would cost? You'll have the answer in hand in seconds. It's important to note that railroads employ protected profitability to reduce cannibalism. In other words, your railroad market manager is not going to lose his profit just because you are trying to save money using a new source. Moving on to academic users, these users are exploring options and evaluating scenarios for likely outcomes. Academic users include corporate executives, government agencies, universities, and consultants. The C-suite is concerned with service levels first and costs second. Supply chains grow and shrink in complexity, and calculations may include thousands of OD pairs. Our rates show the entire range of rates actually paid to help you understand the elasticity of the market. Government agencies consider positive and negative externalities such as economic development, employment, highway congestion, and environmental impact. Rail activities have a major impact on local and regional agencies, and knowing rail costs versus other modes and options provides the basis for policy making. Universities and consultants often solve the same problem, one with a theoretical approach and the other taking a more pragmatic approach. Pragmatic topics include network design and site selection to increase service levels and reduce costs. Theoretical topics have a wider span and include national security, education, awarding of grants, new technology, etc. Academics take a long-term view, and price trends may be more important than today's current price. Many captive customers understand the slow and steady price increases they've experienced since the beginning of the rail renaissance. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope this information was helpful to you. Thank you.